Welcome back to my channel. Someone did suggest that I have a go at painting a waterfall. So in this week's video, that's exactly what I'm going to be doing. And this is the waterfall I'm going to be painting. This is actually a painting that I did in oils. So the painting on the right hand side is one of the oil paintings that I did quite a few years ago, and it was a reference that I took with a camera. And this is a place called, it's in a place called Dell, and it's actually Fairies Chapel, I believe it's called, and it's a really nice place, a bit of a nature reserve, lots of trees, lots of woodland, and looking at the picture I'm sure it would have been sort of springtime. So you got all these nice colours, nice spring autumn sort of colours. I'm just popping in a bit of yellow ochre in the top now, and I will be sort of warming it up with a bit of red. These paints are actually m.grahams paints, really nice vivid colours. You get some really nice strong saturated colours with these, professional grade, and they're actually bound with honey, so they re-wet really nice. So I think they're the colours that I'm going to be using mostly, is yellow ochre, sap green, a bit of touch of red here and there, and then a bit of brown, bit of Payne's grey, and that's pretty much it for the colours. I'm going to stick to those sort of handful of colours, so it's going to be quite straightforward. You can actually see how much water I'm using with the #1 hake brush, my 1-inch hake. So this would work even if you had if you don't have a hake brush, just any sort of large brush, just to get these nice big washes down. The only thing I did do is plan out my composition using a pencil outline, just so that I know where I'm going. But obviously it's a painting I've done before, so I know pretty much where things are. And then I let this stage dry. And now for the second stage, I'm going to go a little bit darker with colour, a bit more saturation. You can see another layer of yellow ochre. And then I think the red's sort of post box red, something like that. Forgive me, I don't remember the names of colours, but it's a red from one of the sets that I got from m.grahams. So as I come down, you will see I have a little bit of a colour change. I will introduce some of that red into the mix. You can see really nice colours. This is a really nice reference. I'll just pop that up again. So one of the things I wanted to see if I could achieve is if I could achieve the same sort of painting from one medium to another. So see how this translates into watercolor. Oil paints is a completely different story. You can sort of take your time. Once you get the paint out and mix your colors, you're good to sort of you can even leave it in the palette for a good few days, maybe even a week, before you have to sort of use it. And you can even leave your paint brushes with paint. It really doesn't make much of a difference. So you got all that drying time, you got a lot more freedom with watercolor. I know someone did ask, saying that I'm going too fast, but it's quite a quick medium. You got to get things down. You don't really have much time to play with colours or anything like that. You got to get things down quite quick. So I may look like I'm doing things quite quick. I'm just covering the paper, and obviously trying to get things down while it's still wet. You get these nice soft blends. So if you're adding a different colour, it's nice to hit that while the other colour's still wet. So then they merge together and you get this smooth transition of colour. So just popping in, you want to, if you're doing a waterfall, you want to sort of follow the direction of the water. So for the water cascading down, then you've got the You want to follow the curve coming down, and that gives you a nice movement in the waterfall. And then for the river going along, you want to paint sort of horizontally, so the water looks like it's sort of sat down. You don't want it to look like it's moving anywhere, just coming down, and it's sort of laying horizontally, if that makes sense. So just popping in, and you can sort of spend as much time as you want on these stages, but it's just a building up of those tones, building up of those layers, and you can go on, and it depends on really what you want your final painting to look like. Usually I don't add too many layers. I get what I want and then just sort of get out. So I like to keep things nice and simple. But I guess for this one, because it was originally an oil painting, I want to sort of just take my time a little bit more, add a few more layers, and just see how things turn out as I do so. If you're still watching this video so far, then please do hit that thumbs up. It really does mean a lot to my channel. It really does help. And if you do have any comments, if you've painted a watercolor before, or if it's something you want to try and do, leave me a comment. Any suggestions, any thoughts, any experiences, and let me know, and I'd love to hear from you. Also, when painting in watercolor, it's always a good idea to start off with the biggest brushes you've got, or big, and then work down to the smaller, finer brushes. If you keep watching, you'll see the difference when you start adding the darker tones towards the latter end of the painting. You'll see the difference that really does make, and it helps things to pop. It just gives your painting more finished sort of feel, and it also allows those highlights to shine through a little bit more. So it's a really nice stage when you start hitting those darks. It really does help your painting process. One of the things that I really want to do with it being a new year, 2024, my channel I've been doing for 5 years now. So one of the things I wanted to do is try and sort of do something different, try and expand, try and just I guess evolve, just do things a little bit different. So just wanted to see what you think about me maybe introducing some oil paints to my channel. I know it's an art channel, a painting channel, but I do like to sort of keep things simple. I know there's people out there who who were here for the watercolors. But I'm just wondering if just a couple of oil paintings here and there. I know I have got a few oil painting tutorials on my channel so far, but it's just something I want to do. And obviously I've asked a few people, I've asked if there's any suggestions, and this is the second suggestion I've received. So I'm happy for those, and maybe it's something I can go along with, carry on doing. If there's any suggestions, anything you'd like to see painted, just drop that in the comments. If there's something you're struggling with or something you'd like to learn a bit more, then let me know in the comment section, and I'll look into providing a video, a tutorial as best as I can. There's certainly things that I'm still learning. Even after all these years, I'm still learning how to paint, and just you never stop learning. It's I think the more you learn, the less you know in watercolor. And there's always things like happy accidents, things that you're not really intentionally doing, and it just happens. Just embrace those, make the most of them. Sometimes they're a good thing, sometimes they might not be too welcome. But let me know if you've got any ideas, any thoughts, if you'd like to see oil paintings, if you've got anything you'd like to see painting, and drop comments in the comment section. I'd be more than happy to have a look into that. I failed to mention the paper that I'm using for this painting is Fabriano Artistico, a really good paper. It's 100% cotton, and you can see with my paper in portrait, it's kind of difficult. I do tend to do all my paintings in landscape just for the sake of filming. So this is sort of out of my comfort zone a bit, and it just doesn't sort of film as well as I can do in landscape. So I hope you understand just the space on either side of the painting. But going on, I wanted to do this one, and sometimes it may require a painting in portrait mode. So I'm adding the sort of final details now. You can see a much smaller brush as I get those final bits, and not worrying too much. Just want to add quite a few chunks of dark now, so obviously grabbing my bigger brush just to get those in a single sort of wash with the brush. And you can see the difference that really does make in this painting. As you add the darks, it really does help things sort of come to life. It's the sort of magic stage. A lot of times you go through this stage where things are a real mess and it's an ugly stage. But then I guess in opposition, when you're adding the darks, it becomes, things sort of start making sense. It becomes less of a mess, and things start coming alive. Things start looking a bit more realistic, and it begins to start looking like a painting of what you first intended. So just carefully removing the masking tape now, pulling away from the paint. It's always it's funny how many people struggle pulling away the masking tape from paintings, but this is how you do it in order to not rip the paper. Well, I hope you like this one. Don't forget to leave a comment and any suggestions if you want to see me paint. I've really enjoyed doing this one, watercolor, waterfall in watercolor. It's hard to get my head around that. But thanks for watching. Leave your comments, and I'll see you in the next video. Take care. Bye bye.